Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer, and today I'm gamesplaining Scoville. If you've watched my other video, you'll have an idea of the rules of Scoville. I'm going to have a playthrough a few turns of a 3-player game. We have yellow, blue, and red. Now you'll notice that the boards are lying flat. That is purely for the video, so that you can see who's playing and what they have. In a regular game, you'll set up one of these boards in front of all of your stuff so no one else can see what you're holding. So the starting turn order is yellow, blue, red. Everyone also starts with 10 money and one of each of the 3 basic coloured chilies, yellow, blue and red. So yellow gets to choose the bonus first. Yellow is going to take the green bonus chili. Blue will take the blue and yellow bonuses, and red will take the red. Yellow will plant first. Yellow is looking straight away. He's got the ability to plant a green chili straight away. You'll notice that any of the 3 secondary coloured chilies or mixed coloured chilies, so green, orange and purple, if they're cross-pollinated with any of the basic chilies, red, yellow and blue, they will create brown chilies. So looking over at the recipes available, this one, this one, this one, this one, all need brown chilies. Theoretically, if yellow were to turn this green into a brown, he would have enough to build that straight away. However, yellow is also going to be the 3rd person back to pick the chilies up. So if he were to place this one, creating the ability to make a brown, he can pretty much guarantee that red, who will be moving first, is going to make that brown. So it may not necessarily be worth his while to do that. Or, if he does place it, yes, the other players are going to have a chance to create brown, but yellow will be choosing first. So if yellow can actually create that brown, he will have the first dibs at grabbing that recipe card. So let's see what happens by placing that one. Now also, because yellow just planted a green chili, he gets to take the first of the plaques. Notice there's green, orange or purple. So anyone who plants green, orange or purple will get one of those plaques. Okay, blue's turn to plant. He knows that there's no way to create blue chilies at the moment, so it's going to be really hard for them to get them. So he's going to plant one of his blue chilies in the hopes that someone else will plant a blue chili next to it. Moving on to red. Red is going to plant a red chili. I know that seems coincidental that blue planted blue and red's planting red, but deal with it. And he's going to plant his red over here so that he can actually pick up a purple, because he knows that he's going to move first with the harvest. So we now move on to the harvest stage, and each time these guys walk between 2 chilies, they're going to create something according to this chart. They always start on the star at the beginning of the game. Red's first step will be to there to create a brown. He gets brown chili. Then he'll step to there. Yellow and blue make green, so he'll take a green chili. And then he'll step to there, which is red and blue, which creates purple. It is then blue's turn to harvest, so once again blue also starts here. Now he's going to step this direction first. That creates nothing because he stepped next to a chili and nothing. Then he steps between yellow and blue, which gives him a green, and then he steps between yellow and green, which creates a brown. Now what blue has just done is messed up yellow's plans, because yellow has one option, and that is to follow blue's line and go 1 and then step a second one to there and create a green. Now we go to the fulfillment stage, so yellow will do this first. So over at the farmer's market, yellow has available to him a green, yellow, red and blue. So he could grab that one, he could grab that one, he could grab that one. Any of those 3 would be fine, so he'll get money with that. He doesn't really need money at the moment. He could get a brown with either combination of these, but that card that he was trying to get requires those 3 chilies plus a brown. So by doing that, he still won't be able to gain the card that he wants. So he's going to leave that at the moment and not gain anything, because he thinks it's probably more valuable to hang on to his stuff, and he doesn't have any of those combinations to be able to purchase. Blue, on the other hand, has a brown, red, yellow and blue, so he can actually claim this recipe card. And they go back to the supply. Blue has a yellow and green that he can spend, so he's going to spend them to purchase that, for which he gets a brown back, and he'll get 3 money also. And that card goes onto his player mat. These are the chilies that red has, and while there's a combination there of red and green, he can see over on the recipes a card that he would like to purchase that needs the red and green and the purple, so he doesn't want to use them. So with yellow, blue and brown, there is nothing that he can purchase. So he shall come across to the recipes and trade in purple, green and red for this card, and that card will go onto his player mat, and there's no value in trying to sell off any chilies at the moment because they're all worth nothing, except reds are worth 1, but he doesn't have any and doesn't want to sell any. Now, each of these tokens pushes up to show what our player order is at the moment, and each player will now bid to see what their player order for the next turn is. Before we do the bidding, we reveal the next 3 bonus cards, which are all showing yellows, and then this is going to be a bit weird because, you know, I'm one person and there's 3 players, but let's just see what happens. So yellow's doing 1, blue is doing 2, red is going to do 0. So each of them puts out their hands like that and goes, oh, look, that's what we've got. So blue will pass his 2 money in first, and he actually likes being in second position, so he's going to stay there. Yellow's going to pass his 1 money in. He doesn't want to get bitten again by not being able to pick the chilies that he needs, so he's going to move to third, and red has to go into first. First position now chooses one of the cards for 2 yellow, which is red will get 2 yellow. Blue will then take 2 yellow as well, and yellow will just take the 1 yellow. Now we go to planting. Red will plant first. If red plants his brown chili and it goes next to any of the colours, it's actually going to get him nothing. It's the only chili that doesn't make anything. So he thinks he's still going to do it because he likes the idea of getting 5 points, but he's going to put it out of the way where for the moment it's not a problem because he's going to be able to use that a little bit later. So he'll place that right out here for the moment and take the top plaque. Blue now plants a chili, and he's going to plant a yellow one up here. Yellow is looking at the board to see what we can and can't create. At the moment, we can create orange, purple and green. We can create 2 yellows. What we can't do is blue or red. Looking at his position, he's going to have to move first, so it might be most viable to put a red in just there. Okay, we now move on to the harvesting. Yellow's going to go first. He's going to walk up the board and go to here, so he'll get 2 yellows. Then he'll come to here, which will get him an orange, and then he's going to actually step straight forward and pick up a brown. It's now blue's turn to harvest, and blue is going to come to here and take an orange, and step here and take 2 yellow, and then he'll step to here and take a green. And then finally it is red's turn to harvest, so he shall also step here and take 2 yellow. He'll step here for an orange, and he'll step to here for 2 red. And now we go to fulfillment, and it's red's turn to fulfill first. Now red has a lot of yellow. There's 5 yellows there, so it might be worth selling them. It's going to give him 5 money to do that. But if he does that, he's left with 2 red, a blue and an orange. None of that will help him with any of the ingredients at the moment, but he might be able to do something at the farmer's market. So let's do that action. So red is going to sell 5 yellows. That will get him 5 money because there's 2 yellows on the board. Red is now going to the farmer's market, and he's going to trade an orange and a red chili for this card, which will get him a brown, 3 monies plus 1 point at the end of the game. It is now blue's turn to fulfill. Blue can see a recipe card that he's going to be able to pick up straight away. Orange, yellow and green, which he has. Orange, yellow and green. So over at the farmer's market, he can trade in 2 extra yellows that he has. 2 yellows for this card, which gives him a brown and 2 money. Notice there's no points on the bottom of this one. Then blue will spend these 3 chilies, orange, yellow and green, to take this recipe, which will give him 5 points at the end of the game. Finally, it's yellow's turn to fulfill. He has a lot of yellows there. He has no purples. He's noticing that the cheapest of the recipe cards needs a black chili. Everything above that needs white and or black, and then a couple of ghosts at the top. This one's looking for purples, browns. So he's going to have to start working to get up to a black or white chili if he wishes to gain any of those recipe cards, as will everyone else. So over at the farmer's market, he notices that he can trade in 3 yellows for this card, which will get him 2 greens and 2 money and a point. Then we push them off and reset to bid again. I think now is as good a time as any to leave it there. Just to blow this open for the scoring, if this were the end of the game, yellow has 2 points, a 3rd point, 12 points from the unused bonus cards, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more points from his money. So that's 17 points for yellow. Blue has 2 points from money, 12 points from the unused bonus cards. So that's 14, 15, 26. And red has 3 points in money, 12 points in the bonus cards, and that brings him up to 26 as well, 5, 5, and 1. I hope this gives you a good feel for how Scoville plays, and I hope this helps you get Scoville to the table. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you wish to be Gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at thegamesplainer to see what games I've been playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining, and until next time, enjoy gaming!